Hello there. Welcome to your math lesson for Tuesday, October 27th. Today we are doing lesson 39. But before we get into that, I want to get your speed drill done. Today we're doing a speed drill lesson 39, right? It goes with your workbook page, hand in hand, same number. If you're looking at your paper, it's the bottom left-hand corner that we're completing today. You've done the top two, now we're on the bottom left. And this speed drill is going to be 5 minutes. Let's review just real quick. On your speed drill, it's going to ask questions like a fraction of a number. For instance, if they asked you, oh, I need my pencil, not pencil, my pen. If they asked you, and it's going to look like this, let's see, this one isn't on there, I don't think. No. All right, so it's going to say 1/2 or a fraction of a whole number. 1/2 of 16 equals, and then there's a little blank. Your speed drill is consisting of, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20 of these problems that look just like this. Now, some of you are going to look at that and be like, I have no clue how to figure that out. 1/2 of 16, what do you mean? Here's the hint, here's the clue, here's the deal. All you need to do is take your denominator and divide it into your whole number, because every single one of these fractions has a 1 on it. All right, so you're going to take 16, divide it by 2. 16 divided by 2 is 8. That is your answer, and then move on, okay? So if you had 1/3 of 27, you're going to take 27, you're going to divide it by the denominator. 27 divided by 3 is 9. That's my answer. Keep moving, all right? You have 5 minutes to complete this. I'm going to switch over to your clock. All right, so if you don't have your paper, your speed drill in front of you, get it out now, get it ready. Pause the video until you do. If you're still going, I'm assuming you're ready to go, so let's do it. All right, on your mark, get set, go. All right, pencils down. I'm going to switch to me. How'd that go? Hopefully well. Maybe not so well. I mean, some of those can be tricky, guys. If you remember that to divide the whole number by the dividend when the numerator is 1, then you should be okay. All right, we'll talk about that more in class, and we'll see if anyone had issues with that in about a little more than a week, but that's okay. All right, in front of you, you should have workbook page 71 and 72. We have an easy concept today. Now, it's something that a lot of you have not seen before. However, it is not difficult, all right? So I'm hoping that you're going to see this and you're going to go, oh, and then you're going to be like, okay, that's easy enough. So we're going to talk about writing remainders as fractions. Remember, when we started division, I said this is the bottom layer. Well, guess what? We're building. We built with remainders. Now you guys know how to do those. Now we're building another layer or level, and this is where remainders, you can write them in fraction form, right? You started with fractions. You have numerator and denominator, all of those good things. It's part of a whole, all right? So let's do this together. Look at the top bubble or yellow box, I guess it's not a bubble. It says to write a remainder as a fraction, you write the remainder as the numerator and the divisor as the denominator. So the example they've given us is 37 divided by 5. I'm going to put that on my board. 37 divided by 5. Hopefully you guys can see that. All right, and we're going to divide just like we normally do. Remember, 5 steps to division. Divide, multiply, subtract, compare, bring down. There they are. Let's divide first. 5 into 3 doesn't work. 5 into 37. How many times does 5 go into 37? 5 goes into 37 7 times. I'm going to put a 7 above my 7. I'm going to multiply. That's the next step. 7 times 5 is 35. I'm going to subtract. That's my next step. 7 minus 5 is 2. 3 minus 3 is 0. I'm going to compare. Is 2 less than 5? If it is, then I'm good to go. If it's not, this answer is wrong and I need to start over. All right. Thankfully, it's less than 5, so we're good. We don't have any other numbers to bring down. There's no bring down in this one. We just have 2. Now, before this, when we had something left over, we would simply put remainder 2. I'm telling you guys, this is not much different. Although we're taking remainder out, it's not a remainder anymore. We're going to use a fraction. We're just going to use this 2, and we're going to put it as our numerator, which means the top number, 2 over the divisor. 5 is going to be your denominator, 5. So your answer is 7 2/5. 7 2/5, okay? All right, let's try it again. Their other example says, let's see, I'm going to erase this. The other example says 57 divided by 20. So now we're bringing in that lesson of having a 2-digit divisor. All right, so again, remember to estimate or to guess, and we're going to talk more about estimating tomorrow. To guess with these 2 digits, we're going to pretend like that 0 is not there, and we're going to ask ourselves, how many times does 2 go into 5? All right, how many times does 2 go into 5? I'm going to say 2 because 2 times 2 is 4, right? Not perfectly, but we're going to use 2. And let's try it. So I'm going to put 2 because 20 into 5 doesn't work. 20 into 57, we're going to say 2 times. 2 times 20 is 40. We're going to subtract. 7 minus 0 is 7. 5 minus 4 is 1. We're going to compare. Is 17 less than 20? Yes, it is. So we got that right. Nice job. High five. Whoopsh. High fives to the screen. You like that. All right. So now it would be, if we were doing remainders, it would be remainder 17, but we're not. The directions are going to tell you, write your answer with a fraction in the answer. All right. For example, look at number 1. It says divide, write each remainder as a fraction. So that tells me they don't want remainder 17. They want 2 and a fraction. So I'm going to take my 17, I'm going to put it up top. And then I'm going to put 20, my divisor, as my denominator, and that is my answer. Now, listen carefully because I saw this a lot last year with the 5th graders when they were 4th graders. 2 and 17/20 is absolutely your answer, but if you write it 2 remainder 17 over 20, that is wrong. You should not be combining remainder and a fraction. It is one or the other. It is 2 remainder 17 or it is 2 and 17/20. You cannot have remainder or r with your fraction, all right? So try and nip that little problem in the bud right now. All right, so let's practice with this, guys. Let's do 1A. 1A, we're going to do 1A and 1B as an I problem, or I guess I problems. We're going to do C and D as a we problem, and then you guys are going to do E, F, and G as a you problem. I say E, F, and G because you do not need to do your green problems today. No green problems. You're welcome. So other than D, we're going to do D together. But H, 1H, you don't have to do. 2C, 2F, and 5C on the back you do not need to do. All right? All right, let's do it. So A says 37 divided by 4. All right, so 4 cannot go into 3. 4 can go into 37, though. How many times does 4 go into 37? I'm hoping that you're saying 9. 9 times 4 is 36. Yes. And then we're going to subtract. 7 minus 6 is 1. 3 minus 3 is 0. We're going to compare. Is 1 less than 4? Yes. Check. And last, we're going to write our remainder as a fraction. We're going to take it up to the top. 1 over our divisor, 4th. So your answer should be 9 1/4. Now notice it does not say check. You do not need to check your answers. Most of the time when they ask for a remainder as a fraction, you're not going to check it because we haven't talked about how to check remainders as fractions, okay? Let's do it again. Letter B, 13 divided by 3. All right, 3 does not go into 1, but it can go into 13. It goes in 4 times. 3 times 4 is 12. Subtract. 1 left over. 1 is less than 3. That's correct, right? And now we need to write our remainder, that 1, as a fraction. We're going to bring it up over our divisor, 3rd. 4 1/3. Okay? All right, we've hit that part of the lesson where you are going to do it on your own, not on your own so much, but you're going to do it first on your own and then check your work against mine. So I'm going to give you about 30 seconds. I want you to try letter C on your own, 17 divided by 4. 17 divided by 4, and then we will come back together and do it on the board. Go for it. All right, I'm going to stop you there. If you still need more time, then take the extra time, pause the video. I figured out that the marker that I'm using is not my dark one. I'm sorry about that. It is hard to see, but hopefully this one you'll be able to see a little bit better. So let's do 17 divided by 4. So 4 does not go into 1, but it does go into 17. 4 into 17, 4 times. Oh yeah, I can already tell that's a little bit better. 4 times 4 is 16. We're going to minus. 7 minus 6 is 1. 1 minus 1 is 0. We're going to compare. Is 1 less than 4? Yes. So there's my remainder. Now it says to write my remainder as a fraction. So I'm going to take this one, put it as my numerator, put it over my divisor. Divisor. Do not put it over your answer. You will get the wrong answer every single time. Your denominator is always your divisor, okay? All right, did you get that one right? Did you mess up somewhere? That's okay. Let's practice again. You guys are going to do D. I know it's green, but we're doing it together. 31 divided by 6. 31 divided by 6. All right, 30 seconds. Go for it. All right. Now again, if you're not finished yet, pause the video, come back to us when you're ready. But let's go ahead and do it together. 31 divided by 6. 6 does not go into 3, but it does go into 31. 6 into 31 5 times, right? So I'm going to put my 5 over my 1. I'm going to multiply, and that is 30. I'm going to subtract. 1 minus 0 is 1. 3 minus 3 is 0. 1 is less than 6, so comparing is correct. We know that we have the right answer up here. All right, we have remainder 1. We're going to write it as a fraction. Numerator is our remainder. 1 over our divisor, 6. 5 and 1/6 is your answer. All right. All right, I'm hoping you're thinking to yourself, oh, this isn't that bad, all right? Because we've done all of these things before. We're just kind of adding to it, right? Adding to it. Let's look. You guys are going to be responsible for finishing number 1, E, F, and G on your own, all right? That's the U part of our teaching strategy online, all right? Now, H is green. You don't need to do. 2C and 2F, remember, you don't need to do. Divide and check for number 2. So these, you need to write your remainder as just a remainder, okay, so that you can check. I will give you a hint for A, B, D, and E. They do have remainders. They don't work out completely well. They don't zero out at the end, okay? So you're writing your remainder as a remainder, so something, remainder, something. And then you're checking. Remember to check. You just multiply your quotient by your divisor and then add your remainder. A lot of terminology right there, so I hope you stayed with me. For number 3, it says solve these story problems. Look at the back. Number 4. Now, I am going to say that you don't need to do number 4 because I don't know how many of you guys have rulers at home. I know a lot of you guys left them in your desks. So you can cross out 4 as well. You do not need to do 4 for the time being because we're on remote learning. Number 5, it says find the products. For A and B, guys, both of those are 3-digit factors times 3-digit factors. That means they need to be on a piece of paper. Graph paper is preferable because it helps you to line up and keep things square, but they need to be on another piece of paper. Number 6A and B, or I'm sorry, you don't have to do number 6A because it's green. B, you're going to average the numbers. Your answer should have a decimal point and it should have a dollar sign. And then for number 7, you're doing all of those. It says follow the signs, but you don't need to check, so that's a plus. And none of those need to be on another piece of paper. You can do them right on this page. And then number 8, it says divide and write the remainder as a fraction. So these 4, A, B, C, and D, are all the new concept that we talked about today. Your answer, the remainder should be in fraction form, all right? All right, guys, I'm going to let you guys loose. I hope you have a good rest of your day. If you have any questions, you can always shoot me an email or a dojo, and I look forward to seeing you in your next video lesson or tomorrow if you're all done. Bye, guys.